Is there anything that could be done for the president to give him some sort of solace, which in some ways would be better for the rest of us?
It's an awful answer, and I hate saying it, but I think the answer is no. Partially because it's extremely difficult to help somebody who's not aware he needs help. I think at this point in his life, it would be impossible for Donald to admit to any kind of weakness or incapacity that needs to be addressed. He also, unfortunately, seems to be surrounded by people who are perfectly happy having him behave the way he...
All right, guys, let's get real. Donald Trump doesn't need enemies when Stephen Colbert and Mary Trump exist. Colbert slices him with comedy sharp enough to leave scars, while Mary Trump dissects him like a surgeon who grew up in the same house of dysfunction. Together, they're a tag team of truth and humiliation. Colbert torches him with late-night fire. Mary freezes him with psychological ice, leaving behind a man desperate to look invincible. And starting now, for the next 10 months, the gloves are officially off.
Now, for the next 10 months, the gloves are off. I can finally... I can finally speak unvarnished truth to power and say what I really think about Donald Trump, starting right now. I don't care for him. Doesn't seem to have like the skill set. Doesn't have the skill set to be president. Just not a good fit. That's all.
Listen up. Colbert has never met a Trump meltdown he couldn't spin into a comedy masterpiece. When Trump bragged about Colbert's show being canceled, celebrating like he'd won the Super Bowl, fate delivered a perfect punchline. Colbert's show won an Emmy right after. That's poetic justice at its finest, like throwing a party for your enemy's defeat only to watch him take the trophy. Trump laughed too soon, and America laughed back harder. It was a moment that reminded everyone that satire is stronger than spite.
Certainly for Donald, he didn't have to try very hard. And the other problem is when money is the only currency in your family, there's never enough of it because it can never take the place of things that really matter, like love and affection.
You get that sense from the president, and again, I don't know the man intimately. I've met him a few times, and certainly I've studied his behavior, is that he is always seeking a validation, and no matter what it is, when he opens the wrapper of it, it's always empty. It's never satisfying for him, whether it's the presidency itself, or a military parade, or the praise from every person he meets.
Mary Trump doesn't crack jokes. She cracks open Trump's soul. She paints him as a man who grew up starved of love and addicted to validation, tearing through life looking for applause that never satisfies. She shows us the frightened boy under the bluster, the bully who learned cruelty was currency, the man who can't stop chasing approval no matter how hollow the reward. Every tantrum he throws only proves her right. Every late-night rant confirms that he is still the boy desperate not to be ignored.
Since the dawn of the nuclear era, all presidents, I believe, have had too much power. But clearly, for Donald Trump, no amount of power is too much. Apparently, the next step in his White House remodel is going to be a skull-shaped castle. Because yesterday, Donald Trump made a hard right onto the fascism freeway, announcing that he will deploy National Guard troops to Chicago.
And Colbert. He kept going, firing shots when Trump insulted Chicago, and even threatening to send in the National Guard. Colbert didn't just clap back. He turned the audience into a thunderstorm of applause, shredding Trump's tough guy image in real time. For a man addicted to being cheered, nothing hurts more than hearing the cheers belong to someone else. That's the thing about Colbert. He doesn't just joke, he dismantles. He takes Trump's talking points and grinds them into punchlines America can't stop quoting.
That guy has got a lot of problems. First of all, the Jeffrey Epstein scandal just won't kill itself. And we might have a hint why Trump hasn't been that eager to release those files. Because according to Senator Dick Durbin, back in March, 1,000 FBI agents were put on 24-hour shifts to review approximately 100,000 Epstein-related records and instructed to flag any documents that mentioned Donald Trump.
Then came the Epstein files. The White House rumors and the AI fiasco, all golden comedy fuel. Colbert roasted Trump like a malfunctioning robot, glitching and rebooting every time the truth cornered him. Was it trash falling out the window, or was it Trump's dignity making a run for it? Colbert joked, and the audience erupted. Reality had already written the punchline. Colbert just read it out loud. Every denial, every excuse, every bizarre response only made the satire sharper and the spectacle bigger.
Nope, no, absolutely not, Kimmel. I am the martyr, okay? Okay, there's only room for one on this cross, and I gotta tell you, the view is fantastic from up here. I can see your house.
Mary Trump kept hammering away too. She explained that the lies aren't calculated. They're instinctive. He lies the way most people breathe because facing reality would crush him, and that's why he can't stop amplifying his critics. He attacks Colbert, boosting his ratings. He rages about Mary's interviews, selling more of her books. Every swing is a self-own. Every insult proof that their words hit nerves he can't numb. Mary strips the myth away piece by piece until all that's left is a frightened, aging man.
When I came back in the office, I was shocked to learn that this weekend, the biggest story was frenzied social media rumors speculating whether Donald Trump had died. For the record, Donald Trump is very much alive, okay? And no, we like our presidents alive. Donald Trump is very much alive, and this whole crazy rumor started simply because Trump had 0 events on his schedule Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and one of the only signs that he might still be around was music in the Rose Garden, which the White House confirmed was the president's music. Which I gotta say is not the strongest proof of life.
Trump can't help himself. He gloats over TV cancellations as if they erase the damage already done. He mocks Emmy wins while secretly fuming that he has never earned one. Colbert loves it because it guarantees more material. Mary loves it because it proves her diagnosis right. Together, they turn every victory Trump claims into another punchline, another case study, another viral moment. He wanted to control the narrative, but instead he became its favorite subject. The more he fights, the smaller he looks.
All this terrible, morbid speculation. On Thursday, Vice President J.D. Vance spoke to the USA Today, and here's how he answered the question, are you ready to assume the role of Commander-in-Chief if needed?
The president is in incredibly good health. He's got incredible energy. And while most of the people who work around the president of the United States are younger than he is, I think that we find that he actually is the last person who goes to sleep. He's the last person making phone calls at night.
Okay.
And that's the real tragedy. Trump isn't being destroyed by his critics. He's being destroyed by himself. Colbert just adds the laugh track and Mary writes the footnotes. Every rally rant, every late-night Truth Social post, every meltdown is another chapter in the slow-motion collapse of the Trump myth. He wanted monuments but got monologues. Wanted statues but got satire. Wanted legacy but got laughter. History won't remember a titan. Thanks to Colbert and Mary, it will remember a tantrum. And that might be his worst nightmare.
With those numbers, I gotta say, it makes sense we'd be canceled. I get it, guys. And thanks again, okay? Thanks again to the network. In a completely unrelated story, on Friday, Donald Trump posted, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. I get it.